Morat whispered impossible as his heart pounded in his chest. Standing at the threshold of the vast space revealed behind his basement wall, the man who had always dismissed supernatural tales as nonsense felt his beliefs begin to crumble. This accidental discovery was monumental, and as Morat ventured deeper into the darkness, a ghostly echo from below heightened his fear. The implications of what he had found were terrifying. Just weeks before, Morat's life had been wonderfully ordinary. Living in a peaceful Turkish village, his days were simple and filled with the gentle clucking of his beloved chickens. He cherished the tranquility of his routine, sitting quietly each morning, listening to the birds and tending to his flock. His quaint stone house, a family legacy, held generations of memories. He never imagined it harbored secrets beneath its time-worn stones. Deciding to renovate the aging house, Morat began carefully removing the stones, each a silent reminder of the past. With his background in construction, he managed most of the work himself, initially unaware of anything amiss. It wasn't until the third day of renovations, when he went to feed his chickens, that reality struck him. Counting his flock, Morat realized he was missing one chicken. Frustrated, he counted again. The next day, another was gone. With no trace of the missing birds, his flock dwindled from 15 to 14, then 13. Determined to solve the mystery, Morat investigated his property for signs of a predator, but found none. With only 9 chickens remaining, he installed an outdoor security camera. That night, he was too anxious to sleep, eager to review the footage at dawn. When morning came, he discovered another chicken missing, which oddly relieved him. It meant he might uncover the mystery. Reviewing the footage showed no predator near the coop, leaving him puzzled. Morat, a rational man, couldn't understand how the chickens were disappearing without a trace of struggle or feathers. Even more disturbing were the nocturnal clucking noises that seemed to emanate from within his house, making him question his sanity. One evening, he noticed the remaining chickens behaving anxiously, their eyes drawn to a particular section of his house. Intrigued, Morat followed their gaze to an old wall in the basement, where he found a small, seemingly innocuous gap. The chickens seemed fixated on it, making loud clucking noises and looking at Morat expectantly. Despite the gap appearing to lead nowhere, he couldn't shake the feeling that it was linked to the disappearing chickens. After another chicken vanished, he found a solitary feather near the gap, a stark reminder of his losses. This discovery sent a shudder down his spine. Emboldened by fear and curiosity, Morat resolved to confront the mystery. Clutching a hammer, he steeled himself to tear down the wall hiding the enigmatic gap, prepared to expose whatever lay beyond. The clash of metal against stone echoed through his basement as Morat struck the wall, revealing not just a hole, but a vast shadowy space beyond. He was shocked to discover that his family's home harbored an unseen realm within its ancient walls. As he stood at the threshold, a mix of fear and fascination churned within him. From the depths of the tunnel came the unmistakable clucking of his lost flock. Steeling his resolve, Morat entered the tunnel, the air growing colder as he moved further in. His flashlight exposed an intricate maze of stone and earth, suggesting a secret buried for generations. As he delved deeper, he realized the monumental nature of his discovery, an extensive network of tunnels spiraling into the earth. An unsettling sensation of being watched washed over him. Could someone else be down there, or was it his imagination? Despite his worries, the soft sounds of his chickens compelled him to continue deeper into the maze beneath his home. Suddenly, Morat halted, his heart pounding. In the shadowy distance, he found traces of a forgotten era hidden within the labyrinthine tunnels, crude pottery, intricately crafted ceramics, and weathered tools, each carrying memories of a civilization that once thrived beneath his home. He realized his home was not just an ordinary building, but a historical monument. The expansive maze unveiled rooms that told silent tales, each suggesting different uses. A cooking area, sleeping quarters, spaces for animals. His discovery was astounding, an entire underground city beneath his home, a world forgotten by time. As he walked through the hushed corridors, Morat was deeply moved by the weight of history surrounding him. Standing before a massive stone door, its cold, unyielding surface defying his attempts to move it, Morat considered its purpose. Was it a safeguard or a trap? As he retreated, his heart pounded with the fear of being alone, or possibly not alone. in this eerie place. In the oppressive silence, Morat realized his impulsive curiosity had led him into this labyrinth without informing anyone. Panic gripped him as he contemplated the possibility of never escaping. His priority shifted from finding his chickens to finding his way out. Just as despair set in, he saw a faint light at the tunnel's end. His heart soared with relief as he hastened toward it, praying it was his escape. The light grew brighter, and he emerged into daylight, back in his basement. The next day, Morat was consumed by thoughts of the labyrinth. Recognizing his need for help, he reached out to an old friend, Sophia, a historian fascinated by ancient scripts. Despite the city's vast size, Morat felt an intense desire to keep it to himself, as if it were truly his own. As they explored the tunnels together, Sophia was awed by the discovery, examining relics and inscriptions with fascination. "Morat," she said, studying a mural that seemed to depict a detailed map. "This underground city spans 18 levels. If my estimates are right, it descends about 280 feet below the surface." Morat's eyes widened. He had thought he grasped the magnitude of the site, but this changed everything. The rooms they had explored had all the signs of a fully functioning city, yet they had barely scratched the surface. A sudden crackling sound echoed through the tunnels. Regret sank in. He had made Sophia promise not to tell anyone about the tunnels. If something went wrong, no one would come looking. What had he been thinking? They retraced their steps through the labyrinth slowly, fearing that a hasty escape could collapse the ancient structure. Then, without fully remembering the journey back, Morat found himself in his basement again. Sophia was already on her phone, urgently calling for help. His secret was on the verge of exposure, and part of him felt relief. The city had both mesmerized and terrified him. It was time to involve others. Within weeks, experts descended on Morat's property. The discovery made headlines: a vast underground city hidden beneath his home. Morat, once leading a quiet life, was now the guardian of a historical marvel. Archaeologists confirmed the city, named Derinkuyu, stretched 280 feet underground and once housed 20,000 people. The most surreal revelation was that there were over 600 hidden access points to it, many located in ordinary homes across the region. Derinkuyu revealed astonishing engineering. Upper levels housed livestock to prevent gases from contaminating lower living areas, remnants of a chapel and a religious school, sophisticated ventilation shafts that circulated air throughout, a central well providing clean water, and massive stone doors serving as protective barriers against invaders. Years later, Derinkuyu was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, drawing visitors from around the globe. Now, an older man, Morat watched tourists wander through the very halls he once discovered in secret. He would sometimes smile at how it all began with a simple search for his lost chickens behind a crumbling wall. What started as a curious moment turned into one of the most profound discoveries in modern archaeology. And though the world now knew Derinkuyu, Morat would always carry the memory of that first whispered crackle in the dark, the echo of history waiting to be found.